Stripe rust is a fungal disease in wheat, particularly prevalent in areas where the temperature tends to be cool throughout the wheat growing season. The disease has the potential to devastate entire harvest, as the wheat farmers of China's northwest discovered to their horror back in the 1950s. Fortunately, Li Zhensheng was on hand to help, although it would take many years before his efforts paid off.
On February the 27th, 2007, President Hu Jintao presented a man named Li Zhensheng with the State Scientific and Technological Award. The prize recognized a scientist's outstanding achievement in helping to feed millions of people through his research on wheat. Li Zhensheng is 76 years old. He graduated from Shandong Agricultural University in 1951. He is an academician of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, a geneticist, and an expert on wheat breeding. His most notable achievement was the development of a new wheat strain called Xiaoyan, which boosted China's national wheat output by 7.5 billion kilos. In 1956, northwest China's wheat crop was devastated by a fungal infection caused by wheat stripe rust disease. 5 billion kilograms of wheat were lost.
那个时候我们全国的粮食生产大概有2000多亿斤，那么这个就相当于减产占到整个粮食总产的1/20啊，所以农民当时在地头上，如果是看到这个病菌造成的减产的话，都哭了啊。所以那个时候国家就组织了一个很大的项目，就是这个条锈病的全国的大协作。
As part of the effort, Li Zhensheng began experiments designed to breed a new wheat strain that was immune to the deadly fungus. The conventional method was to develop a hybrid by crossbreeding local wheat with imported virus-resistant wheat. The problem with this approach was that it took longer to obtain a new hybrid than it did for the rust fungus to mutate.
那这样我们和病菌赛跑的话，我们就跑不过病菌。你花了8年时间育成了一个新的品种，5年的时间一个新的小种来了，就把你使你的品种抗病性丢失。
Li Zhensheng knew of a common wild grass called Illytrigia that was highly resistant to rust fungus. He came up with the idea of crossbreeding wheat with Illytrigia. But no one had ever attempted to crossbreed wheat and wild grass before. So Li Zhensheng and his research team faced a major challenge.
就这个长舌烟嘛，它这个杂种后代啊，特性非常像草。这个草的，我打比方说，就它的野性太大，把小麦的很多特性都给吞没掉了，而且还这个杂种后代都是不育的，啊，不育就是这就原烟杂交的其中重要的一个特点。就像驴和马杂交以后得到骡子，骡子后边就是不育的。骡子不育，我们可以照样施益啊，照样去用它。小麦不行啊，小麦不结种子，我们所以必须克服不育。你看，这开始是这个特性是非常像草的，然后小麦再杂交一次，哎，它慢慢有一点像小麦了。再用小麦再给它杂交一次，更像小麦一些。然后可以经过1次杂交、2次回交以后，哎。连续的选择，你看就慢慢的就出现了各种各样的类型。
The work took many years. Time after time, Li Zhensheng and his colleagues selected the best from tens of thousands of plants, which they then used in further crossbreeding. 8 years passed, and still, Li Zhensheng had not achieved the hoped-for results. People began to question his plan, and some of his colleagues threatened to quit. But Li Zhensheng remained just as determined as ever.
就是因为对这有强烈的兴趣，对我有比较影响的这个有一句名言吧，顾炎武的名言。 就是人做事情常常是要以兴趣始，以义立终。所以在遇到困难的时候，我常常会想到这句话。
The breakthrough, when it eventually came, was achieved entirely by chance.
64年，小麦这个收获之前，连续有40天阴雨。到了6月14号，天气突然暴晴，田野里边的所有小麦1天之内几乎全部清干了。但是当时我们小验55这个材料，它非常金黄色的，抗过了这个强烈的太阳光照射，而且呢叶子这个一片金黄颜色，所以我们觉得这个材料非常可贵。
Li Zhensheng spent the next decade working with the Xiaoyan 55 and eventually developed a new wheat strain called the Xiaoyan 6. Xiaoyan 6 is now planted in 20 million hectares of fields in Shanxi. Over the years since its adoption, it has added an extra 7.5 billion kilos to wheat production. It took more than 2 decades for Li Zhensheng to develop Xiaoyan 6. He attributes this extraordinary feat of perseverance to his experience as a child. He was born in 1931 in rural Shandong. The region was subject to frequent drought, and as a boy, he often went hungry. His painful memories have been a powerful motivating factor in his lifelong work to develop improved wheat varieties. They were also behind his decision when he was presented with the 2006 State Scientific and Technological Award not to keep the 5 million yuan that went with the prize.
因为这个成果是一个集体的奖，所以这个奖金我叫荣誉归集体，奖金应当归于集体。但是这么多人也不好分配，所以我们就和研究所的领导商量一下，把这个这一次的奖金呢，全部交给所里边，成立一个学生的助学基金，为经济困难的学生助一臂之力，这样能对学生能够有点帮助呢，我们心里也是感觉到一种很大的安慰。
Despite his advanced age, Li Zhensheng keeps himself busy working on the front line of scientific research. He continues to visit his experimental fields. Currently, he is working on the development of super wheat, which will yield over 10,000 kilos per hectare.
去吃饭，今天吃饭，明天你还要吃饭。那你说这个农业生产是要随着人民生活的水平的不断提高，要不断发展的。发展粮食生产，发展农业生产，发展粮食生产，是社会发展的一个永恒的主题。那你就应当不断地为这个永恒的主题而献身，而做出你力所能及的贡献。